Today's topic is hidden gems of ZK. So I will introduce you some components that you might not use before. For example, like this one is a new component, and also introduce some new features that introduced in ZK10 and can level up your components with some icons like von Olsen. And there are other some components like a little bit special, like a tree-state tree, a tree-state checkbox, Searchbox Cascader rating, or some kind of a multimedia related component like signature, camera, video, PDF viewer. And also some rarely used, but it's a special layout component like input group, drawer, or Kanban. And also has some special notification related component like coach mark and toast. Okay, so this is today's outline. Okay, first one. First one is about the Keikai Doc PE, which means professional edition. Now it's already released in beta announcement. So it's designed, it's a kind of add-up component designed for ZK verification. So it's focused on the simple but powerful rich text editing. You can see there's a toolbar and some content you can edit here. So later I will give you some short demo. Next one. And its key feature is it's fully compatible with ZK application. Sure, it's kind of another ZK add-on component like it's Keikai or other big components like ZK charts. So you can use it like any other ZK components. And it's lightweight. You don't need to. You just need to include the jar, and you can use it. And it's just like what you see, what you get experience. You can edit, format, and drag and drop. And it's for like edit a style, a blog article or email or Notion-like document. And we suggest to transition from the ZK Editor 4. Why? Because I think most of you might use ZK Editor, but currently has reached end of support. So you can see in his official website here mentioned end of life and no updates, no security patch, no bug fix. So you can think about it. And so Keikai PE, that's why we provide Keikai Doc PE Professional Edition to offer similar features. And so it's also fits naturally into the ZK framework because the ZK editor basically is still just a wrapper of ZK ZK editor is basically a Java wrapper for this ZK editor widget. But the Keikai Doc PE is made by ZK mainly. License is ZK EE. Okay, I will answer your question later. So you can see here the features, future improvement that in the future we will raise another enterprise editions, and it will be easy to upgrade. Just include another jar, and it will upgrade it, and it will have a AI assistant, spreadsheet integration, advanced reporting features. So later I will show you some very short demo. And currently you can check these documents. There is a Keikai document, Keikai Doc PE Professional Edition component reference. And here will teach you how to just include, so you can see the version now is still a freshly version because it just created, but you can try it. And it's very simple, just use this kind of document tag and you can start to write it and to use it. And we can check a little bit about the demo. So you can see here in this Keikai demo, you can see the demo here. And basically you can see the toolbar is configurable. So this is default toolbar. You can switch to a simpler toolbar by just a JSON configurator, JSON configuration. So our multiple toolbar config, so it can be multiple line. Let's switch to default toolbar. So here you can just type anything here, just like you use anything here, test, and you can change its maybe to different format. And you can see here is a drag. You can drag this to a different place. Oh, something wrong. Yeah, so you can drag to move it, and each like a very similar like Notion. If you use Notion like editor, you can do everything is like every line like a block, so you can drag it to move and can change its format with this toolbar, or you can configure toolbar. So everything you can do it right like here. You can insert, change the font styles, font size, make it bold, italic. It's all these very basic core fitting features, like a code editor, text color. You can change the color here, and the background color, the number align, or even emoji. We have thousands of emoji icon. You can see lots of emoji icon because some editors just provide some of them. Oh, placing image after the text. Yeah, currently it's not support this kind of layout. It's just for PE version, you only can place the image in its own line. So you can see you cannot place the image after a text. Yeah, that's its current limitation for professional edition. For the EE edition, we might solve this problem. Okay, so or yeah, so you cannot place this image after the, for example, after this key decision. It's not supported by now. Okay, so you will have a okay line height or indent, outdent, these kind of features. And there's a complete list of the feature. If you want to see, there is a toolbar key. So you can see all toolbar key here. There's about, I think, 29 or 24 features. So it's very easy to configure the toolbar. It's just provide a JSON object here. Toolbar, you just configure the toolbar and put the key here. For example, if you do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, this kind of 10 buttons, 10 keys. So you can see here, it just display a simple toolbar. Near future, okay. I think it will be implemented in the enterprise edition, because the Keikai PE we expect it to be a more lightweight, more easy to use. And in the Keikai enterprise edition, we will put it in more features, just like I say, even the AI assistant or spreadsheet integration, we will put it there. So these this is it just we make it as a lightweight editor. So the usage is quite simple, just like here you can see we just put a document, its tag name or component names document, and put document. And this here is you can initialize the value with HTML tag like this, or you can call set value. And you can get this value back by get value. So it's very easy to use, just get value and set value. And after you can see if you want to define different kind of dual bar, we just provide different JSON file, and the JSON file just contain the key, the button key, and a list of button key. Then you can just configure the how the button is rendered. Okay, so it's quite easy to use. And after you finish editing, you can save it. And actually the save it, just make it read only. So you cannot change it, just here, and everything look the same as you edit. And if you want to, you can, this an event listener and double click it, you can start editing and here, and then save again and just save. Okay. And someone asks, can I use it as a co-editor? No, currently it's not support for co-editor. It's basically for normal rich text. It's close to a rich text editor. So for co is not very suitable, although we support some kind of a code segment, but it's just for inserting some code snippet, like a public or yeah, like here. It supports some of it, void main, something like that, but it doesn't. You cannot. Just a very simple tool to make it mono space, mono the monospace form. So just look at identify as a code, but it doesn't have code syntax highlight, but just for identify as a code block. So it's relatively easy. Yeah, is this a custom WYSIWYG editor? Yeah, custom. I think it's automated by ZK. Down the line, we use a JavaScript library called Plate.js, but mostly, and we integrated Plate.js into ZK. But all the other widgets we created as a ZK widget and ZK components, so we can use it like other ZK components. So you can see you can use composer to get a component and wire component and component get value, you will get HTML content. So you will get HTML content by calling Java and in an MVC way. So you can see it's quite simple editor. So you can see these are those HTML tag support. So it's made up by to be a easy or lightweight editor. So that's its purpose. Try to replace the CK editor when you use CK editor as a rich text editor. So it's its purpose. Yeah. So you can check this component, this demo later if you want to try to use it, try to understand its features more. Okay. And okay, let's continue to the next part. And there's a Keikai Doc Enterprise Edition, but it's in preview, so it's designed for a more interactive and for a document editor. So you can quickly check a demo here. I will quickly play the video to let you understand a little bit more. But it's currently on preview state. Yeah. So you can see some features are similar to Professional Edition, but it has more features like this uh, insert components and interact with components. I mean, DK components, drag and drop, and also calling the AI to editing content and also export PDF. Yeah, it's, and actually there are two second demo, but I will leave you later. You can check here. It's a kind of a demo about how to link a spreadsheet, Keikai spreadsheet and Keikai doc into one document. Okay, so this is the enterprise edition. But currently it's not preview, so it's in preview stage, so you still cannot run it, but now you can try the Keikai PE first and give us some comments. Okay, next we will give you some introduction about the ZK10 features. One of these is about the von Olsen 6. In ZK10, we integrate with von Olsen 6. And if you check these, our ZK developer projects, example project here, if you go to the GitHub, because ZK books here, you can access most of almost every example project for every book, like a client reference, component reference, developer reference, every reference in our wiki page or document page, we have a example code, and most of the code are inside this example project, so you can run it without just view the static code. So inside here, this project, we have a page that will demonstrate all von Olsen icons. So you can see there are lots of icons here. We integrate von Olsen 6. So you can check the list here. You can search some icons like maybe house to see which there are several different kind of house. And so first category is a solid, classic solid category icons. And second is a brand icon, which means you can use it contains lots of brand like maybe Facebook, or Slack, something like here. So there are lots of icons. The usage a little bit different. And actually, there are also animation. You can just apply a CSS class to make each icon have some animation like spin or flip or bouncing, something like this. So the usage is simple. You just for solid icon, just specify the icon class and the icon solid. So for example, there's a the icon house. So if you check here, for example, this is a the icon IMD. So if we check here with inspector, we can see there's a the icon. Oh no, because this is brand. The way to use the solid icon is you need to first use the icon as class and also the icon solid that will show the solid icon. And the brand icon, you just use the icon name. For example, here is called Monero. So you just use the icon Monero, that's fine. You don't need to add the icon solid. And third, if you want to use animation, then you need to add animation like it's icon 0, icon solid, icon beat. So then you will show a beat animation. And there's other kind of usage. Outline version. Currently, we don't have it because it actually this page is to read the file in the jar and give you a list. So currently, I will. If you check von Olsen, there's a von Olsen official website. But yeah, because the von Olsen will keep updating. So if you visit the von Olsen, you can also check this, but there's a little bit minor difference. So you need to check a free. Yeah, you need to set a free or brand. That's what we have. So because others are paid version, and the ZK integrates the free version of von Olsen 6. But you can see here it's a von Olsen 6.7, and maybe he will keep upgrade as 6.8 or 9. So this list will be a little bit different from what we have, what ZK bundled. You can check here, but sometime you will find maybe something exists here, some icon exists here, but doesn't exist in ZK. So that's why we create this kind of example, so you can list all of the icons in your jar, in your version of the jar. It directly extract icon list from your drawer. So this will be the truly exist icon in your drawer file. Okay. So another case is you can check some different kind of usage of phone awesome, not just the animation, not just that page. So here we tell you about some basic usage you can use for awesome like this of brand icon, the usage how to use. You can check this rule, and you can use the icon when a component has an icon as class. So for example, for awesome, you can check here. So you need to specify various component, and these kind of, not all components support this, but some components support attribute called icon as class. So you just specify, put your icon as class in this attribute icon as class, then it will just show it. So you can see, for example, the button, the checkbox, the caption, combo item, menu bar, etc. So you can see this is a demonstrate of this. Then it will show the icon you put in that components. Okay. So you can also put it in outside of a component. For example, you can use HTML tag here. For example, use namespace. The H means here native. The native means it's pure HTML components. Sorry, pure HTML tag, not a ZK component. So here you can use it in and display it as a pure icon. Use it in a I tag or span tag. This is also a way to use it, but you cannot dynamically change it. Or there's a sizing you can make it larger, like use this kind of icon 2x, XX, SM, LG, XL, these kind of size as class to make it larger, or animation, just like I already mentioned that you can put the icon and the animation as class and it will show the animation. Or you can use icon as a list here, use it as a list because, for example, here is another XHTML component, so you can use it here. So you will display it like this. Or you can even put multiple icons into one component here, but it's a little bit tricky. You need to put it as an array. So put it in icon as classes, put ES, but it accepts the array, so you need to convert it as an array. So you can even stick in icons. For example, here we have a icon like a camera. Okay, a camera with a band icon, and you can make it as a band camera. So here you need to do it like a camera, a band, and here. And this is the first one time size, and this is 2 times size, and make it red and 2 array. So it will like this. So you can combination of the icons. Okay, let's clear my notation. Yeah, it also available in ZK9. This font awesome is also available, but the version is a bit different, so you need to check it. For example, if you check it, sorry. You can check this font awesome integration here. So in ZK10, we have since ZK7, actually, we already integrate for awesome, but it's in for awesome 4.0 and ZK9 4.3, ZK8 4.7. So if you using ZK9, it's actually 4.7. By ZK10, we use 6.4. So different version, but the usage is almost the same. Just use the icon, something, but the list will be a little bit different. The icon looking will be a little bit different. So in 4004, you just need to use icon class, but on 4006, because they changed something, so you have to apply some kind of icon solid. Or if you don't use icon solid, the default is regular actually. But regular component, a regular icon is not all free. So I would suggest you, some will be missing because it's not all free. But solid icon is all free. So ZK can use all of the solid icon, but it does not, cannot use all the regular icon. So I would suggest you just always use solid, and you don't need to figure out what is missing there. Okay, thank you for your question. Okay, so we already checked this example. Then we can check this smarter selection with tree-state tree. Normally the tree can enable selection, but the previous version it only allowed select or not select. But now it can render intermediate selected. So that means if a node with its child is not fully selected, it will show it as intermediate selection, as like a partially selected. It's done by default by component itself. So let's check the example. For example, like this, the three-state tree. So you can see there are three categories, 1 and 2 and 3. So in 3, you can see nothing select, so it show unselected or unchecked. And in category 2 is all checked in its child, so it show check. But in category 1, it only one item is checked, so it shows partially checked, what we call indeterminate state. So ZK will automatically handle for you if you just check it or uncheck it, so you don't have to worry about this. So the only thing you need to do is to use a special tree model. It's called default tree state tree model. So we can give you a quick review, a quick view about this code. It's very simple. Tree state tree composer. Okay, they can make it larger. So here you it's very easy to use. Just create a model with, for example, you have your data, and so this could be anything: person, car, item, and the model is tree state tree model. So just use it as a normal tree state, normal tree model, or like a default tree model, because this tree model you can see also extend default tree model, but it just remember the indeterminate state. So you can initial a tree model like a normal. You see, you can create normal tree nodes as your default tree node, or add it into a parent. So everything is the same. You just can, for example, I just select 0, 1. So one child of the category 1, and also I select category 2. I mean, select whole category 2. Okay, so it will select all. And the first category, I just select one child, so it becomes partially selected. So this is how I do. It's very easy to do. So initially, it becomes like this. Okay, so you can see ZK will handle it if you check it or uncheck it. So this is the tree state tree. It's very a special case. Now we talk about various way to input. There are several maybe rarely used input, like a tree state checkbox here. It's very similar, but you can see if I use a tree checkbox here, you will also handle its children's to checkbox. So let's see how do we do it. Let's check the checkbox rule component reference here. Okay, so you can see we need to in this type because this is the checkbox and there's no hierarchical relationship, so we need to handle by ourselves. So we need to know when someone check this checkbox, and the composer need to handle it. For example, I need to add the listeners and to listen some unchecked. If anyone check those sub checkbox, okay, so I need to check by myself. So here is doesn't like a tree because the tree will know how you check its child, but here you don't know. I mean, the checkbox doesn't know, so you have to check by yourself. I mean, to set the intermediate state by yourself. So here you can see if I found it's all checked and I set check true, that means every 3 ingredients all condiments are checked, so I make it checked. But if something or some item is not checked, I will set intermediate, indeterminate, sorry. Indeterminate is true, so that means it's partially selected. Okay, and so this is you need to handle by yourself because the checkbox doesn't know who is his child, so you have to handle. But we provide API to let you change to this state. And the next one is the Searchbox. Searchbox is we treat it as an alternative to combo box. It can avoid end user from inputting non-existing items. For example, because in combo box you can input anything, but sometimes there's a risk that the user might input something that doesn't exist. But Searchbox doesn't have this problem because you can see in the input box, you cannot input anything. You need to type something in this search filter. And when you select, and it just put it into this actual box, the search box. So it split the filtering keyword and the input field. So you cannot actually enter something. If you enter something that doesn't exist, that you find nothing. So you cannot select an item that doesn't exist. So this is the benefits. So I just can enter something and just select it. So they also support multiple selection, for example, like this, and I close. So you will select multiple one. So it's impossible for you to select a non-existing item, for example, AR, and I can select this one. Okay. So this improves the combo box, those issues. So it's a good alternative if you want to use combo box, but try to avoid user to enter something that doesn't exist. And the Cascader is a kind of a special input to select item from a hierarchical structure of data. So let's check Cascader. Okay, so you can see first, the basic usage is you just create with a default tree model. And so you can select user USA, New York, or Japan, Tokyo to select a city. But you can group city into a tree. So it can be a 1 level, okay, 2 level or 3 level cities or data. And the code is like this. You can see, you can just create a default tree model like you use the tree. And the tree model has a category hierarchical data structure. So it will render the Cascader will accept the default tree model and render it like this, a hierarchical way. And you can customize if you don't like the slash between the two city or two level, you can customize it to make it as a anchor bracket, for example, like this. So I can select this, then it will just, the difference is this use slash and this use anchor bracket. So you can use it to customize it with item converter. To implement this kind of item converter, you can convert the data. Okay, convert the collections into with the objects will be the collection of each item. For example, the Japan Tokyo. So you can make Japan Tokyo and join with anchor bracket, and it will render like this. like what you want. This. So this is a special input cascader. And rating, I think is very easy to understand. Just rating, you can make it, the default is a star icon, and you can make it more. Maybe it's 5-star or 10-star. You can even change the icon. We'll use the CSS to display a symbol. And it can be cancelable. Once cancelable, it means if you click again, you will cancel it. You click the same start, you will cancel the whole rating value. But in here, if you make it uncancelable, that means if you click the same star, it doesn't cancel the rating value. You have to click a different star. Then you click a different star, you can rate, but you cannot just cancel it by clicking the same star. Okay, so this is the some special inputs. Okay, and next we change about, I will talk about some special arrange component like input group. This is, you might see this in Bootstrap because they can combine some symbol with the text box with this kind of layout. So, for example, you can type some name like this, John. So it means you are mention John or something, or this could be some email address. So you don't have to, the people don't have to type all the email or currency input or the checkbox with the input or even the multi-line text box with the input. So you can even combine multiple input, even 3 of them, not just 2 of them, or even 2 symbols, something like this, or even with button and the text box. Okay, or the button group like this, or the button with the drop down, even make it vertical. Okay, so the usage is quite simple. If you want to use it, you can just use it input group, and it's very easy to understand. You just put the input group, your component inside input group, and it will automatically render like this. Okay, if you want 3 of them, just put 3 buttons of them inside the input group. And if you want to change orientation, just specify orient attribute to vertical. So I think this is quite easy to understand. And the drawer is also a special way to arrange the component. The first case is you hover to the edge of the browser page, then it will auto show or auto drop. That means if you enable auto drop, then it will automatically show it. So it could be right edge or left edge or top and bottom. Or you can just click is opened by clicking a button or some kind of event, or it can be done on the button. So this is a drawer that you can want to show something side information or some relevant information, but without occupying the page. Okay, the next one is about Kanban. Actually, it's not a new feature, but we made it in a new way. Just use the portal layout, but now we have a new attribute. It's called counter visible. So if you use counter visible and portal children, yeah, here is the portal layout. The portal layout means you can drag and drop the panel, so you can see there is a count. It will automatically count for you. There's 1, 0 for how many panel in this portal. So it will make something very similar like a Kanban. So there's a Kanban is a kind of a lightweight management approach. So you can make that kind of, each is a Kanban, and each Kanban have some cards. Each cards usually represent a task. So the task will be might be assigned an owner and some title and some task description, something like this. So this is a new way to use or improve the way to use poll layout. So you can see here the poll layout, just use the poll layout and with poll children with some panels. These are kind of panels. They maybe have 3 panels, 2 panels, and you can drag and drop among these panels. Sorry, among these poll childrens. This we call poll childrens, and this we call panels. Okay, so this is the Kanban. So it's kind of application of a polar layout with panels. So, okay. Include blue. Okay, the last one is about to guide user by notification. We have some special notification like coach mark. The coach mark is very useful when you want to guide users. For example, when they first visit your website or your function, they say you will show something like a pop-up and say read the story, and if user read, he will click here and you will guide to the second step. Second step here is to search here, and if you search here, then the next step it will be check more information, and then we'll check. Then everything finished. So this will help you to guide users some basic steps. If your page you have many things, for example, like this. So you can enable it again to make it go again, or you just don't want, you can just close it and it will stop. So this is the coach mark. So it's very, and also very easy to use. You have to prepare, for example, I have 3 coach mark. So I have a 3 coach mark here. So you will show it and just, if something click, you will just call next, next. So you will specify what's the next. The M1 is the first, and M2 is second, M3 is the next. So it's very easy to use. Just specify the position, the target, its intro. So it will show, for example, the intro. So it will show on there's a small triangle to pointing to the target component, and you click it, it will go to the next one and the next one. Okay. So this coach mark is to guide users how they will use your page. Let's use a cookie. No, I don't think we use a cookie. Just remember something at the server side. So you will just, when you click something, you will just call the next component to show. Yeah. So because DK basically will create coach mark as a server components. So every time when you click, it will just send a request to the server. Oh, if you want to check if the user is coming for the first time, yeah, you need to store the cookie. So this part you have to handle by yourself. Yeah, for ZK coach mark, we just handle the process, the first coach mark, second coach mark, and so. But if you want to determine a user is a first come, you need to store your own cookie. That's not ZK handle. Okay, then the toast is another a different notification, like we call another is a notification. The simple toast is a little bit different because the toast can be staked. If you click and the notification, there's a similar one. It's called notification, and a notification is not staked. If you click one and you click second time, you will override or make the first one, the previous one, disappear. So you can only show one message at a time. But toast is different. If there are multiple messages, you can see you will stack up. So you can display multiple messages at one time or during a specific time, and it will automatically disappear if you specify a duration. And then the different warning, like here. Okay, why it doesn't change? Oh, okay. Here, I have to use this closable toast. It could be warning, could be info. And a closable means you have to close it by yourself or it doesn't disappear. So I have to close it. And the first one is the automatically click closed, this one. And you can change the position. It could be right or left. So this is very useful. You also support multiple close, multiple messages. Okay, so this is the toast. This can have different style. So it's different type. Info, success, warning, arrow can be different positions, but it will be inside the browser viewport and different. You can specify duration or even it's closable. Okay, so this is the toast. Okay, and currently, and next I will. This is mostly the component I will introduce today. But later, we will launch a poll, a polling. Then please fill, and if you have any questions, you can ask. But I will also introduce some editor roles because I want to give you overview. And when you answer the poll, you will have some idea. Okay, let me open the poll. Okay. So first, I will give you some overview because the Keikai Doc is we try to make some editors, and actually there are several editors. In our poll, we mentioned some of them. One is a rich text editor. The rich text editor we define is you can edit content with formatted text like this, and there's a toolbar, and you can format your text and you don't need to care about the HTML code, just format the text with the toolbar. And the second editor is kind of a HTML page editor, mostly like a CK editor. When you edit, you actually edit the HTML page and it will publish somewhere else. Maybe you use a kind of a WordPress, and when you try to edit this page, actually will be published to a HTML page. So you can also view the source of this page. You can directly edit in HTML. So you might be able to care about the HTML source. But rich text editor, it doesn't care about this. You even don't know how you store your content. But HTML page editor it will store an HTML page, HTML format. And the next one is document editor. It's just like a Google Doc or Word. It has a very complicated layout, complicated rich features. So it has many. It was made to export PDF or to print out as a paper. So it's kind of that's we call document editor. And also there is a social media editor. So please fill this poll. I think you will everything. I think everyone will see a poll in your screen. So please fill it. So one of the question is about to ask you about what kind of editor you use. So next is about social media editor. I think you might all use like Facebook or Instagram, some editors, and you can add someone else, or you can put the short side tag. And the next one is a code or markdown editor is used for code. That have syntax highlight, is the text space, is mainly for code. Okay, so this is the several editors we mentioned in this poll. Okay, so please fill these questions. Thank you for fill these questions. And if you want to know all the source code I mentioned today, just go to the GitHub here in the GitHub in your mostly are in component reference. Some are in developer reference. So here you can access them all. GitHub repository, zcalls, zkbooks, and we have all the things like developer reference, MEVM reference, everything. So you can check here. So if you have question, you can even type question in the chat, or you can unmute your microphone and ask. Okay, someone asked a question. Let me check. Who is still using ZK9? Do we have to consider ZK10 as the next major update? Or is it like a complete separate branch of elements, the next version of ZK? Stay for ZK with ZK in order to not rewrite it. Yes, for Yant, questions is because the ZK10 provide a specialized component, stateless components, but don't confuse that it's optional. So you don't have to use stateless components. This is just an optional component set. So to upgrade ZK10, you can totally keep your application the same. You don't have to use status. The state is just another component set, just like we provide a HTML, XHTML component set, something like this. So it's optional. You have to include a jar called stateless jar to use it. So you don't have to use it. So you don't have to upgrade or use status to upgrade to ZK10. You can upgrade ZK10 to get the latest bug fix or security fix without using the status components. So don't worry, this is just for someone if you want to create some cloud-based application, they don't want to consume lots of memory, then you can consider to use our stateless components. So it's not a must, not necessary. So you don't have to. Here we have some FAQ. Mm, I don't understand. If you have the ZK9, I don't understand Yon's questions. If you have ZK9 plus the status features, but if I use ZK10, do I have to specify something like in POM or something else? Yeah, if you have ZK9 and you want to upgrade it, then you have to change the you can check this one. You have to change the POM to include the ZK10 jar, ZK10 artifacts. That's the necessary process. Uh, but you don't have to specify, if you don't want to use stateless components, you don't have to specify, you don't have to include stateless components. So that's not necessary. Just change the code, change the POM file. For example, here, let me show you. For example, I already have a ZK components, a ZK application with ZK Max, ZK DUTI. So I just changed the version from 9.6 to 10.01 or 10.10, something like this. Just change the version and it's upgraded. And I don't have to include the status components. So that's not necessary. Okay, so someone, Alejandro's, you asked a question, can sessions be designed for creating report in Keikai Doc? Can sessions be designed for creating a report? I'm not sure what the Alejandro's, I'm not sure what do you mean. It can be, the Keikai Doc can be used to create report, but I'm not sure what the section means. Okay, so could you maybe explain more about your question? Because I don't know what the section you mean. Okay, Yang say, I download ZK10 jar in POM and I use ZK10 or ZK9 without changing anything in my app. Right, yeah. But yes, you can use Yeah, you just change, but there's but in ZK10, actually there's some breakable. Since it's a major version change, so there is still some incompatible change in ZK10. So you don't have to rewrite your code for stateless, but there is something yet you need to notice when upgrade to ZK10. For example, here we have some remove API here. So when you upgrade to ZK10, you need to check here. We have removed lots of deprecate API here. Okay, so you can expect that there are many Java API that will deprecate or not just deprecate, we just remove it. Previously, for example, for backward compatibility, we deprecate some API, we didn't actually remove it from code. So you still can call it, the compiler doesn't complain. But now in ZK10, we actually remove the code. So it's missing, it disappears. So the compiler, if you call this API, the compiler will tell you, okay, this one doesn't exist. You need to check. So first you need to check here. And the second one is some API is component related. For example, set align. You can see there's a set align. So if you use attribute align in div, so it will throw runtime exception, and the compiler doesn't tell you this. So you need to, there's a tool we call linter here. The linter here, its second purpose. The first purpose is to check client VPN, but the second purpose is to scan. You set up the linter. You will scan your Zuo file, and it will give you some warning. Say, okay, some attribute like type in script is no longer support since DK10, so it's removed, and so you have to remove it. So you can use the linter to scan all of your Zuo file to find out those remove the attribute, and because the compiler doesn't check Zuo for you, so it just check the Java code for you. So if you want to know advanced that which attribute is removed in your Zuo, then you can use linter, or you have to visit every Zuo to see if it throws some runtime errors. Upgrade from ZK type, that's why I was asking. Changing anything. Yeah, so Ian, you have to change something, but no need to rewrite the whole application. Uh, okay, Alejandro's means say the possibility of making reusable section for report. Oh, you say some kind of template feature in Keikai Doc? Okay. I guess you mean some kind of template feature, Alejandro. It's a common header to use in a template. Oh, okay, okay. Yeah. In Keikai PE, I think we don't have these features. Yeah, because it's just a uh, lightweight editor, rich text editor. So there's no template. But in EE, I mean enterprise editions, we might expect that could be some kind of header or template because it's made for the document editor. So it will look like something uh, like a Word, not totally like a Word, but uh, just like a document editor. So you will have sorry, not demo. It's a doc. So you can see here, it's UI, but it doesn't have a. So you can see the UI looks like a document editor. As like a word. So it might support the header and the footer or something like template. Okay, so but in Keikai Doc PE, I mean professional edition, it doesn't support the template. I think it won't support in the future because we'll make it we make it as a lightweight editor, so it won't increase or add features more and more. So I think we'll keep it lightweight and simple. So I think the template will be expected in the enterprise edition. Okay. But the upgrade, we will make it more smoothly, like just include a jar and without changing the document a component tag. Yeah, for example, if you use PE, professional edition here, you use a document like this, and you don't need to rewrite this code, just change the jar, and this component just become enterprise edition editor. Okay. Okay, please feel questions, feel the polling. Thank you, everyone. I hope you can give us feedback. We're eager to hear your feedback. So please, uh, I think most of you feel the polling, but some of you still not feeling. Please give us some your feedback so we can understand more your requirements and we can make better components to fulfill your requirements. Okay. So please, if you're not feeling the polling, please fill the polling. And if you have any questions, you can still ask the questions. Okay, thank you. Thank you. I'm glad that it's helpful. So um, if you have any feedback or have any topic you are interested, you can also tell me. For example, do you know, do you want to know some AI related topic? For example, we are trying to configure some MCP server so that can uh, help your AI to generate better code for ZK. I think some of you, even I will have to write code with AI help, but sometimes AI doesn't generate better code. And if for ZK, you can set up some MCP servers to like access some our ZK example code or example documents so that it will generate a better ZK code for you. I think this is almost free, but some AI tool can allow you, I think currently most AI tool can allow you to configure MCP server, something like this. So if you have any interest topic, please just send us the feedback and okay. And please fill the following. Yeah, I saw there are some people not yet filling. Thank you. Uh, if you have some time, please fill the polling, or if you have any other questions or about ZK or anything or any feedback, please give us some feedback. Okay. Is there any question? Oh, I think I've accidentally forgot to introduce. I think I accidentally skipped some of the components. It's called signatures. Uh, okay, sorry, I accidentally skipped this page. This page. So sorry, let's continue to quickly introduce these several component like signatures. So signature is a kind of a component that you can draw some signature here, and you can even design specifies the drawing colors here and or the pen size uh, here, and then you can save it and submit to the server to save your signature. So this is how the signature can use. Or there's also another example, like for example, you can load a background image like a kind of paper documents, and you can sign here, and it can save it as a result. So this could be some kind of use case that you load a paper. There's already a paper form or paper documents, Then you can scan it as a electronical file, and then you put it as a signature field here, and then turn it into an electronical workflow. Turn the paper workflow into electronic workflow. So this is the one of the use case. So here is a signature. You can save it as an image and send it to the server. So that is the signature components. And this another one is a camera component. We also support it. And the camera is, you can see, we have to request camera here. You can see one. You can start recording like 1, 2, 3, and stop. And there's the recorded video. And you can catch a snapshot here. And so you can combine this combo with cropper. Like here, you take a picture by clicking here, and we can select your headshot by crop, and they will create a headshot. Okay. So this is the cameras use case. And video, I think it's very easy to understand. You can, there we have an autoplay. So you will autoplay when you visit this page here. And you can enable the full screen by clicking, using an API, and even set it to jump to a specific timing, for example, 10 seconds. And we can listen to the state change. For example, it could be, it will show it start to play. If I pause, it will show pause. So it will send an event called state change event. When something state change, it will send event. I will print the message. Or you can even load a streaming video. For example, let's check the video video drawer. You can see the streaming is, in previous case, I just load a file in my server. Okay, a video here, MP4. But here I don't load a video in my local or in a service, in another service. It's a stream video. So this is also supported, and it also support to load subtitles. So you can see, we can click here, and you can change the subtitle, even it's English or it's Chinese. So just provide a corresponding subtitle file here with the track components. So this is the we call the video. And the next one is about the PDF viewer. And the PDF viewer is the basic usage. I think it's very easy to understand. Just load it a PDF, and you can control it with the default toolbar to rotate it, change the page, or even zoom in, zoom out, something like this. So this is the change the zoom level. Okay, so this is just very easy to use. Just use PDF viewer. So the first case, the basic usage is very simple. Just specify the file. And you can even specify the zoom policy. For example, the second one is to zoom to fit the width, so you can see width equals to the browser page width. And the next case is about to custom the toolbar. So for example, because the basic example here, you can see there are many buttons here. This is the default toolbar, and maybe you don't want to provide all the features. So you can create your own toolbar and just provide limit features. Maybe you have want to control the permission. Different user can have different actions. So here, preview PDF viewer, just you can put a toolbar inside of it and create some toolbar, custom toolbar, and call the API to do the same thing as the default toolbar. So now you can limit, you can customize the toolbar function. Or you can even make the full screen, calling the Java API to make it full screen here. So this is the second use case. And I also can load the content in Java API. So here you can see in previous case, which I just loaded was by specify a file path. Here I need to create a controller and I can load content from someone else and just load it and set by calling set content here. So this is another case to use a PDF viewer, or you can specify it, make a shorter height, make it partially visible, something like this. Okay. Okay, sorry, I accidentally skipped this page. I think maybe it's just when I zoom out or zoom in, this accidentally jump this case. Okay, so this is all today's training.